Neil McAvoy, leader of Propel, Wales's brand new political party. I'm on my way to Century Wharf to speak to residents. It's been a while since we blew the whistle on the fake fire safety certificates.
The company has provided a number of forged cladding safety forms to unsuspecting customers that cost them thousands of pounds.
There's been some movement from the government, which is good, not enough, but we've had some movement. So I'm going over to speak to Bill and others to see what they make of it. Neil McAvoy, member of the Senedd, South Wales Central. I'm at Century Wharf and I'm here to see one of the residents about the ongoing problem and the lack of action from the Welsh Government. Hi Bill.
Hello.
So Bill, you live in Century Wharf?
Yes, we've lived here for just over 18 years now, and we think it's a great place. It's very nice, it's very comfortable. It's near to most things you need in the city: bus services, taxis, doctors, supermarkets. It's a good place. Yeah. Yes.
This spot is really beautiful, isn't it? Trees, river, fantastic.
Well, I think this is one of the best parts of Century Wharf with respect to the others. We do get a good view of the river. We can see the boats going up and down in the summertime. The trees are growing, but they cut out a bit of the view, but even trees are lovely to look at, so we've got no grumbles about that at all.
So how much of a surprise was it to learn that these buildings had failed their fire safety inspections?
Well, it was quite a surprise, if nothing else, because just looking at them, the brick and the stone and the amount of inflammable material that must be around is, I would have thought, very, very small, but they have to be looked at. It has to be assessed, and even the decking on the balconies are regarded as dangerous and may well have to be replaced. So we are facing costs which are related to that. The flooring, the parts of the lower part of the building have got some timber, and somewhere up in the soffits may need attention. So thinking that there was no issue here, I find now that there is an issue, and that the directors of the company who look after the site have had to have surveys done at a substantial expense.
How do you feel about the people that want to sell their properties here?
Well, it must be a terrible situation because they're in a limbo. They don't see the way out of it yet. There's nothing the management of this site can do to help them because all these buildings are under 18 metres high and were thought to be no problem. But when the national government took away the 18-metre rule, they all became vulnerable, and that was a surprise. So it's quite a problem, and I do feel sorry for somebody who needs to move, very often for very, very good reasons, and they just cannot see the way out at the moment. It's a very, very difficult situation for them.
In terms of escalating costs that many people in these developments face all over Wales, what do you think the Welsh Government should be doing?
Well, I think there's a lot that they could be doing to take some better control over leasehold properties and the leasehold situation in general, not just here but everywhere, because it is a difficult area, and it's one which is not controlled very, very well. So landlords are in a position to do a fair amount of what they want, and it's not always easy. I won't say I have a problem here particularly. I haven't been bothered, but it can be a difficulty. And the service charge over the early years we were here was going up steadily every year without very, very much reason, and that was why people here got together and obtained the right to manage the property ourselves. And so we are shareholders now. We have directors who get on with the work, and in theory they're responsible to us, but we don't see them very often, so at the moment they're just getting on with it.
The Welsh Government has received over £60 million to begin to put these things right. There are calls now for a legal fund to be set up by the government. Do you support these calls?
I very much agree with that, because there's a lot of things that have been done wrong in the past, need to be put right, and it does cost money. You know, it's costing more now to put right than it would have been to put right when the place was built in the first place.
Bit of a lead-in question here, Bill, but who do you think should foot the bill? Either the residents who have bought properties in good faith at great expense using savings, or the building companies who are still making hundreds of millions of pounds profit?
Well, I think the building companies have got a lot to answer for in the way that they built in the first place, and certainly here there was much evasion of building standards. There were supposed to be clerks of works and people like that looking after building operations, but I don't know which way they were looking when some of the things that happened did happen. So there's a lot to answer for on that part, and it shouldn't be the responsibility of the person who's bought the place to have to put right the defects of the developers.
Diolch yn fawr, Bill.
Thank you very much. All the best to you.